So I'm making kuku paka for dinner, which is apparently an East African dish. My Indian friends in Allentown, Pennsylvania used to make it, especially my best Indian friend. She, they learned that recipe or brought that recipe to Kenya. I don't know. It seems like a bit of a fusion dish between East Africa and India, but it is delicious in any case. Whoever thought and invented that recipe. So this chicken is marinating in lemon juice. That's my grated ginger and grated garlic. And there are my diced tomatoes and diced jalapenos. I had to run out to Aldi to get onions because when I had my stuff together and I was ready to chop the vegetables, I realized I'm out of onions. So I had to run out and get some because Aldi is like 1 minute from here. I briefly thought about using dry minced onion, but only for about a second. And then I decided it's worth it to run over to Aldi and get fresh ones. Okay, I have some ghee and some oil together in there. And it said to saute the onions until they're golden brown. Surprisingly, the salt gets added at the end. Near the end, yes. I was surprised by that, but that's interesting. We'll put the salt in until the end. And some of the other spices too. Alright. So I'm going to cover it so they can saute nicely. Maybe putting the salt in at the end helped me remember not to put it in twice. I don't know what I've been doing, but I over-salted a couple of meals lately and I'm embarrassed. So there, I'm going to let that cook down. Now it's starting to caramelize. Yes, it's ready for the garlic and onion. Beautiful. Yes, get the garlic and onion in. Okay, the garlic and onion are in. It only needs to cook a couple minutes until the smell is released, and then I add the chicken pieces in, and so I saute it together. Okay, just a little bit. Now it's going to saute for about a few minutes, maybe 7 minutes. The spices go in now and sauteing it together. That's a tablespoon of garam masala. And this is what makes me think it might be fusion with Indian influence. There's a tablespoon of cumin powder. A half tablespoon of ground coriander. Half a tablespoon of turmeric. When that is done sauteing, I'll be adding the tomatoes and peppers. Okay, it's Still sauteing a bit. And yeah, that way the flavors will really get into the chicken. I'm going to turn it down to low once I've added the coconut milk. That onion and garlic and ginger that I put in there is going to blend it into the sauce. Okay, those jalapenos come from my garden. Yeah, I think I'm ready for the liquid, almost. I'm gonna have to turn this down a little. Can't be too high or it'll burn. Okay, I put about a cup and a half of water in. And now I'm gonna pour in the coconut milk. And give it a mix. And the salt goes in last. And the recipe says to taste it and add the amount of salt you want, and also if you want more spice, then you can add it at the end too. So there's already a lot of spice in here, so I'm gonna let it cook on kind of low, simmer for about 25 minutes it said, or 30 minutes. So all it needs is salt. Maybe a little bit more hot pepper. Still simmering, smelling good. The sauce got thick from the onions. I did end up adding some more dry onions at the end. I mean, not at the end, kind of in the middle. It probably still needs some salt. Tasted it. That box barely had any left in it. So I'm gonna let it cook on low a little while longer. And the rice, put a little oil in the rice because it's better if it has a little oil. And you can use butter or ghee, but I used oil today. It's rice, cumin, powdered cumin, and salt and water and oil. And snack the whole thing. Okay, it's done. Yep, Kuku Paka is done. I'm gonna turn it off. Perfectly seasoned. Really good. There's the rice. Fluffy and ready. Fluffy and ready for whoever's hungry. Now I'm going to fry roti. Here's my roti. done. There it is. All on my rice cauliflower. So delicious.